Have you ever wondered what the intersection of veterinary science and Christian faith might look like? Let's take a moment to explore this unexpected but profound connection. Veterinary science and Christian faith at their core are surprisingly similar. Both involve a deep sense of compassion, care, and a profound sense of responsibility. Let's break this down a bit. In veterinary science, we have a term called One Health. This concept recognizes that the health of people is connected to the health of animals and the environment. Now consider the Christian teaching of love your neighbor as yourself. This is an echo of One Health, isn't it? In both instances, we see a call to care for others, be they human, animal, or nature itself, with the same regard we have for ourselves. Next, let's take the veterinary term zoonosis. This is a disease that can be passed from animals to humans. It reminds us of our interconnectedness with the animal kingdom and the responsibility we have to ensure their well-being for our own health's sake. Doesn't this resonate with the Christian belief in stewardship? In Genesis, God entrusts the care of his creation to mankind. Like the concept of zoonosis, this biblical principle underscores our duty to protect and nurture the creatures and environment around us. Lastly, consider the veterinary practice of vaccination. This preventative measure shields animals from harmful diseases, mirroring the Christian practice of prayer. Just as vaccines protect animals from physical ailments, prayer serves to guard our souls from spiritual harm. The parallels are striking. Veterinary science and Christianity share a common language of care, compassion, and responsibility. They remind us that we are interconnected beings, part of a larger community that includes our fellow humans, animals, and the world we live in. Just as veterinary science is about nurturing and healing animals, Christianity is about nurturing and healing the soul. Now let's dive into the world of veterinary science and unravel its terminology. As we begin, let's explore the term veterinary diagnostics. This is a fancy way of saying we're identifying what's wrong with an animal. It's like being a detective, but for our furry, feathered, or scaled friends. Now, if we were to connect this with Christian teachings, we could say that just as veterinary diagnostics help us understand the physical ailments of animals, our faith helps us diagnose the spiritual issues in our lives. It's like having a divine compass guiding us through the complexities of life. Next up is veterinary therapeutics. This basically means the treatment provided to animals to help them heal. It's about nurturing and caring for God's creatures in their time of need, much like how we are called to care for one another in the spirit of love and compassion. Doesn't it echo the Christian value of stewardship, where we are entrusted with the care of all creation? Moving on, we have veterinary prophylaxis. This term might sound technical, but it's simply about preventing diseases in animals. It's about being proactive rather than reactive. Drawing a Christian parallel, it reminds us of the importance of spiritual armor to guard ourselves against the trials and tribulations of life. Finally, let's discuss veterinary euthanasia. This term deals with the difficult decision to end an animal's life to alleviate its suffering. It's a heartbreaking but sometimes necessary act of mercy. In the Christian context, it urges us to consider the profound value of life and the responsibility we bear to alleviate suffering when we can. By understanding these terms, we're not just expanding our vocabulary, we're delving into a world that beautifully intersects with our Christian faith, teaching us about compassion, stewardship, and the value of life. Understanding these terms not only enriches our knowledge but also deepens our spiritual insight. Have you ever thought about the role of women in veterinary science? This question beckons us to explore a world where women's contributions and empowerment are truly transformative. Let's take a moment to appreciate the strides women have made in this field. From the early days, when they had to fight for their place in veterinary colleges, to today where they represent more than half of the veterinarians in the United States. Their journey mirrors the resilience and tenacity of many women in the Bible who, despite societal constraints, made significant impacts. Consider Esther, who bravely used her influence to save her people, or Ruth, who displayed loyalty and dedication beyond measure. These women, like many in veterinary science, broke barriers and set a precedent for future generations. In the past, veterinary science was dominated by men, but women have steadily claimed their rightful place. Today, they not only contribute to animal health and well-being, but also play pivotal roles in public health, food safety, and research. The empowerment of women in veterinary science is not merely about representation. It's about acknowledging the unique perspectives and contributions they bring, just like the women of faith in the Bible. Women veterinarians bring empathy, compassion, and a deep sense of commitment to their work, often going above and beyond to ensure the welfare of animals. Their success in this field is a testament to their strength, intelligence, and resilience. It is a reflection of their unwavering commitment and passion for animal welfare. It is a symbol of their ability to balance compassion with science, to mediate between the needs of animals and the needs of society. So, let's celebrate the women in veterinary science, their accomplishments, their courage, and their tenacity. Let's appreciate their efforts to make the world a better place for animals and humans alike. And let's remember that, much like the women of the Bible, they are trailblazers, leaders, and role models for future generations. Just as women have made a difference in veterinary science, so too have women of faith made a significant impact in Christianity. You may wonder, can faith and science coexist? Let's pause for a moment and consider this. On the surface, faith and science might seem like two opposing forces. Science, with its empirical evidence and rigorous methodology, and faith, with its spiritual insights and divine revelations. But if we delve a little deeper, we find that they are not as disparate as they might initially appear. Imagine two sides of the same coin. They may look different, but they are part of the same entity. Similarly, faith and science are two aspects of our quest for understanding. Both ignite a sense of wonder within us, sparking curiosity and a desire to seek truth. Consider veterinary science, a field that combines the precision of science with the compassion of healing. It's a profession that requires an insatiable curiosity about the natural world, a deep commitment to truth, and a profound respect for all living creatures. In many ways, these are the same qualities that faith inspires. Faith, much like veterinary science, encourages us to look beyond the superficial and to delve into the mysteries of life. It invites us to marvel at the intricacy of creation, to question, to seek, and ultimately to understand. It's a journey of discovery, of seeking truth, and of finding meaning in our existence. Now imagine combining the two, faith and veterinary science. The result is a powerful synergy that can illuminate our understanding of both the physical and spiritual realms. It's a blend of empirical knowledge and spiritual insight, of tangible facts and intangible beliefs. It's a fusion that can guide us in our pursuit of truth, enrich our understanding of life, and deepen our sense of purpose. So, can faith and science coexist? Absolutely. Because at their core, both are driven by the same fundamental desire to understand the world around us, to seek truth, and to find meaning in our existence. Faith and science, rather than being at odds, can enlighten us in unique and meaningful ways. So, why should we care about veterinary science? Well, let's think about it. Veterinary science is an essential part of our everyday lives, whether we realize it or not. It's not just about cuddling cute puppies and kittens, though that is indeed a delightful perk. Veterinary science is about understanding and caring for the health of all animals, big and small. It's about ensuring that our pets, the livestock that provide our food, and the wildlife we share our planet with, all thrive. But it goes even deeper than that. Veterinary science is a reflection of our responsibility as human beings. It's a reflection of our call to stewardship, a call that is deeply rooted in the Christian faith. In the book of Genesis, God entrusts the care of all his creation to us. He asks us to be caretakers, to look after and nurture the world and all its creatures. When a vet heals a sick animal, they are not just doing their job. They are answering a divine call. They are stepping into the role that God has assigned to us all, the role of a steward. Every vaccination, every surgery, every act of kindness towards an animal is a testament to this call. In a world where we often feel disconnected from nature, veterinary science serves as a reminder of our interconnectedness. It reminds us that we are part of a larger ecosystem and that our actions directly impact the health and well-being of all creatures. Veterinary science is not just relevant, it's essential. It's a field that reflects our values, our responsibilities, and our faith. It's a field that reminds us of the importance of compassion, respect, and care for all of God's creations. In conclusion, veterinary science is more than a profession or a field of study. It's a way of life, a way of relating to the world around us. It's a celebration of the beauty and diversity of God's creation, and a commitment to preserving it for future generations. As we seek to understand and care for his creatures through veterinary science, we are also answering a divine call to stewardship.